What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for taking the time to be here. I appreciate it as always. So this week, what I am working on Elizabeth is the rear end here. So as you saw in the last episode, we still have some sheet metal to do in the back, and so I decided I want to run a rear bumper, so we're going to use the stock bumper. So with the car being so much wider than stock, obviously the bumper wouldn't fit just the way it was. So what I did, I cut the bumper in half, and I am tucking it into the fender. So I basically traced out around the bumper and then took the cutoff wheel and just cut a section out of the fender. That way we could tuck the bumper in a ways. I think it gives it a little nicer, smoother look. And the other thing with it sticking out, if I had it out here, it made the rear end look even wider yet, which it already looks wide enough, so we don't want to make it look wider. So that's why we're tucking it in. And so it's coming along. I got it roughly cut on both sides. This still needs to come out a little bit. And I just have this piece of tube right now supporting it in the center. So I have some adjustments to do to get it where I want it. And then I don't think the original bumper mounts are going to work. So what I think I may do is either modify the mounts or make some new ones and tie them. The ends of the hitch are right in behind here. So I think I may tie into there and then come out and then bolt to the back of the bumper in there. And then I think also what I'll do is then make a sheet metal filler panel that runs all along the back of the trunk and fills up this space there. So that is what I am working on right now. Alright, so I got the bumper ends tacked on each side temporarily on the fenders just to hold it in place. And then I tacked a little square tube in the center here. That way it kind of holds it there. And then we'll simply build a filler piece that curves down here, and then we'll obviously leave some for opening here for the hitch. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it should look good. Give it a little more factory look. So I'll probably reinforce this a little bit, and then I may start making some templates for this filler piece and then figure out my mounting brackets. Alright, so I got these stock bumper brackets. I ran them through with Quick Pass and the sandblaster just to get the main stuff on. So now we're going to try to kind of fit them up, see if we're going to have to modify them quite a bit or what we can do with them. Alright, so the stock brackets are not going to work the way they are, so I'm going to start by cutting them apart and then see if I can either rebend them in order to make them fit, or if I'm just going to have to start from scratch. But hopefully we can reuse this stuff because it's nice and thick. right, so I kind of got one half of the bumper bracket somewhat done. I was able to modify one of the parts of the existing one, and then I used a piece of flat stock and then cut and bend it. So it's going to be hard to see in there to both there. And then we'll do some welding in onto that. On the other side, I did not have enough of the flat stock to do the same thing over here, so I might have to do a little improvising for that. One other thing, see kind of a mess of wires here. I hooked up the factory wiring for the tail lights and the reverse lights and license plate light here. So let me set you up on the stand here. Alright, so we have tail lights. Oh, once I hook up a ground. So we have tail lights, as you can see here. Move it closer here. Then left turn signals, right turn signals. We have brake lights. And then and we have reverse lights. And then also the license plate light. So obviously I'll have to do some adapting still because we won't be using, the stock bulbs and sockets for that, and then stuff like the reverse lights will also be changing, so I'll have to do some little figuring there, but we should be able to use all the wiring and it should work fine. The other thing I'm going to be figuring out as well is the latch for the trunk. So I pulled the latch setup out of the Crown Vic trunk lid, and so I think I may try to adapt it as well. I got the catch here, and seeing as how we have to remake the sheet metal along the bottom of the trunk, I think we can incorporate this into it, and then with some modifying, hopefully we can make the factory latch work as well. So we might actually be able to use the factory release button on the dash to open the trunk, which I think would be pretty cool. So we'll see on that. Alright, so I got the bumper brackets tacked into place on both sides, and I still have to do some more final welding. I ended up, they're getting bolted on the outside here. There's one bolt that's, you won't be able to see it, but it's on the inside here, so I'll have to do a little work to get that one replaced. And then I'm simply welding it on the inside to the hitch on both sides. So that way we can obviously still unbolt the bumper, but I didn't really have long enough pieces here to bolt it through, so I'm just welding it on each side to keep it simple. So I have to finish welding that, and then I'm not sure if I have enough metal to make this piece yet, probably not, so I'll get some more there, as well as another 4x10 sheet of steel. We've still got some more sheet metal work to do, and I am just about out, so we'll be getting more soon. So I think that's all I'm going to get done for this video, though, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, as always. I'll see you in the next video.